Okay, so what's up, guys? I totally stole this from Christine and Melanie, who's actually going to lead, because I wanted 3 minutes for just a couple quick announcements before we get going. Now, our topic today is not originally what Christine and I were thinking about talking about, but we have some important kind of come to Jesus thoughts for you guys. And over the next day or two, we're going to share them live in the group. So stay tuned for that. But before we get started with Melanie leading the show, I want to remind everybody Super Saturday is the 7th. Big shout out to Kelly. I saw that she is going to be hosting one. That's awesome. Guys, if you're an Emerald and you don't have one nearby you, you can host your own and you can do a virtual one. Christine's done one on Zoom. It was great. I know there's a couple of coaches out there that are doing them by Zoom, so if you can't get to one, see if you can't find one online that's a Zoom call so you can at least get the information. But if you can get there live, we've already hit that a bunch before. Our National Wake Up Call Monday, because we know that I harp on this every single gosh darn week. This week's National Wake Up Call, perfect way to start off the new year, is with Carl. You need to listen to Carl. He's the CEO. He's a freaking genius. He's amazing, and he's going to get you pumped up and give us some great information. So make sure you mark the National Wake Up Call this week. And then I just want to remind you guys, the health bet is coming up on the 9th, but make sure that you personally are reading the FAQs and the rules and the guidelines. There are separate rules that are other than the FAQ. So go into the FAQ and click on the rules and post them in your groups and let people know, hey, this is where you can see the whole list of rules. You need to cover your tush in case somebody doesn't meet the requirements and make sure they have all the information they need. So again, continue to give them information, continue to direct them through, but make sure they have a copy of the rules and make sure you're aware of them. It was absurd how many coaches last time screwed up their groups by not setting up their group properly. Be sure if you're going to do the health bet that your group runs the entire length of the health bet. It's got to go from the 9th through the 5th. So if you need to buffer it, do it a day before to a day after, but make sure you list it in there. With that, also, be sure that you're leading the way in there. Be sure that you are earning a share of that pot. It was also absolutely ridiculous how many coaches last time ran groups and they themselves did not earn a share of the pot. So make sure you're aware of it and you're sharing that with your groups. Those are my 3 things you need to know. That's all. Was I 3 minutes? Did I make it?
Awesome. You were under.
Yes. All right, I'm done. I was going to turn us over then. Okay, so we're going to have Melanie lead the way today. She's got some great information to share with us. We haven't done a Getting Started Right call as a team. Taryn did one a while back for us. We have it archived in our notes within our team page. And hopefully you guys are doing Getting Started Right calls as you're coming on as a coach and as you're bringing coaches on. It's very important. If you are a coach out there that has not had a Getting Started Right call, do not just use this as your Getting Started Right call. Use this as an opportunity to see the things that you need to talk about with your sponsor. If you're one of my people, I know you didn't all get calls. So make sure you get in touch with me so we can go through some of this and get moving. So with that, we're turning it over to Melanie. She's going to kick some tail. Do it.
All right. So I also, if you're one of my coaches like Carlin, we didn't really do technically a Getting Started Right call, but we did kind of get together and go over things together and go through the office and kind of, I hope I was helpful, but who knows. But I signed Brandy on last week, and you should have done it. You're supposed to do your Getting Started Right call within 24 to 48 hours after signing your coach. So you want me to just share the screen and show how to get into it? Okay, let's share my screen. All right. Okay, Tess is here. Hi, Tess. Oh, desktop. Okay. Maybe. Oh, no. Yes, share screen. Okay. No? Yes.
I can see you. Oh, there we go.
Oh, is it there? Yes? Good. Okay. So the way you find this is you go into your online office, sign into your coach's stuff, go to Coach Online Office, and then this is under your News and Training tab, and it's under the Getting Started Right. And then you go to the little file that says Getting Started Right. They open it up. There it is. And very first of all, what you want to make sure that your new coach knows is their coach ID. So, and I printed this off when I first started. And I filled all this out, so I have it like right in the front of my folder. And then you want to make sure you know who your upline coach is, who signed you, and then also your diamond coach. That's right. Yeah. So, and then you want to make sure that they know how to set up their coach websites for the Beachbody.com and the Shakeology, which is just Beachbody.com, and then your username. And then it says the contact. I haven't actually gone through and done the whole thing, but then you want to set up a meeting with your coach. And like Dawn, and we were all talking earlier, you want to do that. You don't want to just play it by ear, send messages back and forth. You want to talk to them, call them, meet with them. If you can meet with them like Carlin and I did, meet with them, go over things, go over your goals, go over the 4 vital behaviors, which are all right in here. And you, yeah, I don't know. Does anyone want to add? Dawn wants to add. I can see it. She wants to add.
No, I had to step out for a second. My cat was being annoying.
Oh, okay.
I'll let Christine jump in first.
Okay.
So there's not a lot to add. This sucker makes it so easy. I mean, Melanie's right. Everything you need is right on this page to get them started right. Everything you need. And she's right. If you can meet with them in person, great. If you can do this Zoom call, awesome. If you can even get on the phone, I've done one over the phone, and I just had them make sure they have it in front of them. But basically, you want to get this done. You want them to have their website up with their before and after pictures. You want them to know. Do you know how many coaches I have had that I didn't do this with? They would message me for their coach ID. Come on. Not cool. Help these people out and help them help themselves. So make sure they have their coach ID and make sure they know the vital behavior. Set up that expectation right away that they need to be doing those things.
One of the important things that I did with Brandy was I made sure that I tagged her and I sent her the links in Ripple Effect and in Team Fit Fluent. I showed her that there were files in there, like she could print off. I printed off the whole new coach checklist and told her if she wanted to print hers off, she could. That way you can go through how you set up your EFTs. And if you do have a sale right away, you don't have to wait for a check to come in the mail. It just automatically goes to your bank account. So I sent those to her, and I added her to, that's important too, I think, is to introduce your coach to Ripple Effect and to Team Fit Fluence. I don't know if you have any others you want, but those are the 2 main ones that I got added to a whole bunch right away, and I felt really overwhelmed. I was like, how do I follow all these? So I just kind of keep with the 2. I do Team Fit Fluence and I do the Ripple Effect. And that's where I add my coaches to and show them that we have all the stuff in the Adobe Spark page that you guys do. That was really cool too. And so, yeah, that was my ad.
I was just gonna screen share real quick. Is that cool?
Yeah, let me stop mine.
I'm seriously about to kill a cat, FYI.
Ooh, do it.
She's so annoying. Okay, did I screen share? Not yet. Sorry, here it comes. Okay, can you see my screen? Yay!
Yay.
Okay, so, guys, in our Ripple Effect page, I just want to remind everybody out there, coaches that have been doing this for a while and new coaches that are coming on, do not forget, we even, like, Christine made it kind of, I'm going to say idiot-proof, not that I'm suggesting anyone on our team is an idiot, but she idiot-proofed it and says, click photo, read description, important info. I'm just curious how many people out there have actually clicked on it. Because believe it or not, we actually spent time putting this together. And there's some super important links here. It's the Zoom link for our call. And then we did this. Was this it? Where's our checklist? Is our checklist not on here, Christine? Did I lie?
It's in there.
Why was I not just seeing it? Just kidding. I should have checked this link. I said something. Oh, no, it's the first thing.
Yeah, it's like I was going to say, it's like the very first thing. Yeah,
She idiot-proofed it, remember?
You opened it and I couldn't see anymore.
You didn't dawn-proof it. Guys, we also have a checklist right here for you that we've got some super easy information now. This information is included in your other forms, but we tried to like Melanie said, we all got added to a whole bunch of groups too, and we want to try to minimize all the different places we're sending you. So before you actually get on the phone with your coach, there are some things that you can do prior to talking to them. You can do some of this getting your website set up. You can start looking around in the office, set up, like Melanie said, your EFT stuff, and go through, and I'll update this to reflect the new quick start. But make sure that you guys are starting to think and plan and learn a little bit about the business, so when you talk to your coach, they can direct you. Because when you talk to your coach, she's going to start asking you about goals and what you want to do with this business. And this is going to give you a little bit of information so you can go in with those thoughts in mind. Anyway, Melanie, you have more to add. I see you shaking.
I do. I have more. See,
I thought you might.
See? Well, and then also earlier we were talking about challenge groups. I think it's really important to talk with your new coach about running challenge groups, because it's not hard. It can be if you make it difficult, but it's really not that hard. And I even told Randy, and Carlin and I have ran a couple together on our own, but I told him, I'm like, let's run one together. It makes it easier for me. Let's do it together, and we'll help each other and add as many people as you want, and it just gets them started. And so run challenge groups. It keeps you accountable. That's the big thing for me, is it keeps me on task and me going. And so challenge groups are super important. And then also I had Brandy, I told her to find her why. She doesn't have to do it right away. And I'm still working on mine, because I really haven't, I know my why, but not my deep down, serious why. I'm still working on it, and I've been a coach since April. So, yeah.
And it'll change.
It will.
It might be one thing, and then, after a year, it might be another thing, and after another year, it might be another thing. As you grow and change and start meeting goals, it might change, and that's okay. Sometimes with health and fitness, it's the same thing. When you first start out, your why might be, I just want to fit in those pants. And then it might be, I just want to be healthy. And then it might be, I just want to see what it's like to be vegan. And then it might be all kinds of things. So I think that's a really good point. Why is super important. Running their own challenge group is super important. The one thing I want to add is make sure you talk to them about events. Like Dawn said, Ariel's going to, she was talking about that being a call. Ariel is going to go to the Super Saturday. Kelly is running her own. Find one or host one. Get to Summit. So fun. So worth it. So cool. Plus, I want to have a big team there. That'll make me so happy. Do it for me. Just kidding. Do it for you. But yeah, in the first 30 hours, just focus on that sheet. Get their why. Get them wanting to do a group. And then in the next couple days, start talking about their big goals. Start talking about the events. And then just try to keep in touch with them, in and out, off and on, throughout the course of their coaching career. And one thing that we haven't talked a lot about, but I think is really good to remember, is kind of remind them that it's a business. They're starting a business. Give it a year. Because in 3 months, they're not going to have made $50,000, and they might get dejected. But if they can give it a year and do the solid 4 behaviors every day within that year, they might have something to show for it. Yeah, I think that's it.
I wanted to add, guys, you need to talk about this basic sheet, this simple sheet, with every coach you bring on, to include discount coaches. Now, when you're bringing somebody on that tells you from the get-go, even if their mind might change later, if they say, I just want the discount right now, still say, look, I understand you want the discount. I want you to have this information. Make sure you write down your coach ID, because if they have an issue with one of their personal orders, because they're likely on Shakeology, they need that number to call Coach Relations. So you want to make sure they have the Coach Relations phone number. Say, look, just print this out and keep this somewhere with your paperwork. Make sure they have your phone number in case they've got a question. Make sure they have their website, that they know their website, because there's a chance that even though they're not working the business, that somebody in their family might want Shakeology or might want to try a program, and then they'll know how to get them that information. And the other thing is, have them set up their EFT, even if they don't believe they're ever going to use it. I have a discount coach whose mother-in-law got Shakeology, did a challenge pack. I helped her walk through the challenge pack with her mother-in-law, and I happened to be sitting at her house one day. We were having lunch, and the mail came, and she's like, hey, I just got a check from Beachbody. And I was like, let me see that. I've never actually seen one of those. And it was for not only is it a check, so there's, it takes longer to get to you, there's chances of losing it, then you have to deal with depositing it, but it's also less money. They take money out for having to send you a check. It's not a lot, but like, how dumb? That's free money that you're just giving away. So even if they have no intention of running the business, make sure you go through that so they just have that information. Tell them to keep it in their paperwork. Yes, you can look up their stuff for them, but what a pain for everybody involved. So again, just make sure you're doing at least that first part, and then let them know, hey, if you change your mind at any point, I'm here. Find out, ask them, do you want me to put you in this team page? This way, you can see what we're doing, or you can have that extra motivation. Remember, a lot of people sign on as discount coaches because they want the discount and the accountability. And having a team page is another opportunity for accountability because they see some of the things that people are doing. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind with your discount coaches. Yeah, sorry, tangent, my bad.
No, you're good.
I'm guilty of not doing that, so it's a good reminder. If someone says discount coach, I pretty much try to let them do that, and that's not fair because that happened with one of mine, and they got a check. They're like, why? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you why. So, perfect.
Since we've got like people on, did Tess or Carlin, did you guys have any questions about first the getting started process, whether it be for you or somebody that you might be bringing on, or then any question at all whatsoever that we could possibly answer for you today?
I actually have one. It's not necessarily related to the coaching aspect of it. It's all the way back to this whole the on-demand launch that we've had. I've been so out of touch for the last 2 weeks. I have 4 kids at home right now, and my brain is going to pop. But my question is, so I just had a customer who signed up as a discount coach a couple weeks ago. How do I transfer her to the on-demand because it's so much more beneficial?
Have you talked to her about, does she want the on-demand?
I haven't wanted to talk to her about it yet until I kind of know, because if she's like, yeah, that sounds great, what do I do?
Was she a December challenge pack?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay. Yeah. If she's the December challenge pack, talk to her. I would try to talk to her today. Go into the FAQ, but she can upgrade the challenge pack that she had to the digital streaming one.
Okay.
I'm not sure if she didn't get the regular digital streaming, did she?
No.
Like she got a program and pack?
Yeah, it was the 21-day fix extreme challenge pack.
Christine, do you remember, do they have to send that?
If I recall correctly, if she just had a normal challenge pack, she would have to send it back and do it that way. But she's not necessarily losing out. She has her 30 days free.
Right.
So she can just get the $99 upgrade.
Okay.
You can just upgrade for $99, and it's still a good deal. You'll get $60. And I know she just wants to be a discount coach, but I would explain to her, like, she can make some money offering this to people. Like, it's a great time to become a coach on our team. She's already paying what she needs to pay to get her stuff. She might as well make some money while she's at it.
Right.
And I like Christine's option, which is, she doesn't have to, because she would have to return everything, not just the challenge pack, but I believe the Shakeology and stuff. But because she's going to have 30 days and she's already doing her program, this is available until the 28th of February at that price.
Mm-hmm.
So, for anybody that's listening, it's still a good deal for them to finish what they're doing and then purchase just that $99. And I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, what I've done, and it may be beneficial to her husband to do it this way, but if she married, have her husband buy the challenge pack for her next Shakeology. And you can mess around with that because then they'll have the digital streaming. It would be on his account, but it's everything. Plus they're going to get that Shakeology, and then there's commission involved. So there's a bunch of other ways that she can play with that. And that's what I used to do all the time until my husband was a coach. I would use his account to purchase the challenge pack so that I was getting the best bang for my buck. But again, after her 30 days is up would be a great time for her to then consider doing the $99. Because yeah, you can't beat that. The other thing, I'm glad you also brought that up. I'm seeing a lot of coaches and coaches within our team are really highlighting the $99. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we need to highlight the challenge pack option first and the deal of the challenge pack. And then in your conversations with people, if they're having your price objections or they're just not interested in the shake, then I'm talking to them about, okay, well, we're not going to do the shake, but this is the option. I had a conversation with a coach on our team, and she said, it's just so hard when you're trying to sell something that's under $100. It looks much more attractive. But guys, we're not trying to sell anything. We're trying to fill needs and give solutions to real problems that people are having. And we know that the best way to get results and sustainable results is with Shakeology and a program. And so if we're immediately going straight to the $99, really we're just looking for sales. And that's not what we're about. We want to give them the best option and talk to people about it. I'm not saying not to let people know that there is this $99 option, but just don't make that your first sell. Because you're selling yourself short, but you're taking people out of the opportunity for the health bet if they're not on Shakeology. And when you consider that, okay, there might be more people that do it, but the pot's bigger, even if they only get the $16 back like we got last time, shoot, that's $16 that you consider being taken off of what they would have gotten. So don't just lead with the 99, lead with what we know works best, and then talk to them about those options as they talk to you about their needs and stuff. Sorry. Other questions, thoughts, concerns?
Ooh.
Oh,
Do we know what the price is going to be after the deadline?
we have no idea. And I'm telling people that real hard that they're using this as kind of a trial period, and they're using it as an opportunity to kind of see what the demand is like. And I'm sure it's going to go up. I don't know why it wouldn't, because they'll be able to sell it for more. I'm wondering if they'll throw in every once in a while, like this will then be the challenge pack special at $199. Like it'll probably go up to like $225 or $220. That's just my speculation. There's no basis for that at all. But they're evaluating this and they want to make this a big deal. And who knows? Carl may at the end say, you know what? We're helping so many people. Let's just continue doing what we're doing. But I know dude got pushback from all sorts of places offering it at this price. So yeah, it's a good deal. But let people know we have no clue, but it's gonna go up in all likelihood. And if it doesn't, then bonus. The other thing is,
I'm super out of touch. When is the deadline?
February 27th?
28th.
28th.
Okay.
The other thing is, if you guys sell a challenge pack, hopefully you're tracking and are aware, you're going to get 3 points versus the 2. Now, the important thing to know is that third point actually won't show up until the following Tuesday. So if you sell something today, your third point doesn't technically show up till next week, but you will get credit this month. So the point won't be awarded. It'll be awarded for the right month. You just won't see it right away. So if you know you sold a challenge pack and you only see 2 points, don't freak out. I freak out. It drives me bonkers when the points don't update right and you're twitching and whatnot. Maybe you don't twitch. I do. But it will be there. It just comes later. Technically, any customer that's ever ordered a challenge pack from you, you've gotten your 2 lifetime points, but if they get this challenge pack, you'll get the 1 point for it. Now, you may be lucky, and if it's been a long time, Beachbody might give you all 3, but in reality, you're supposed to only get 1 point for anybody. So if you have an old challenge pack customer and they do get this, you can still get points towards Success Club, which is just a good FYI. Because I like to double dip like crazy. Carlin, do you have any questions? You look like you were thinking maybe. No.
Is the $99, is that a monthly fee or?
Nope. That's for the
Whole year.
Whole year. Wow. Okay.
That's a steal. I cannot get over that. Every single program, all the nutrition guides, they get in your challenge group, they get you as a coach, whole year.
And then on top of that, guys, if they decide they don't want Shakeology right away, but they want it later, they're going to get it 10% off. So they're not going to be paying $130. They're going to be getting it 10% off. The other great thing that I let people know that are sitting there like, well, it's $99. Like, I really only need one program. I'm like, well, if you can picture possibly doing a second program in the course of 12 months, you're going to save money right there, even if you only do 2 programs in the course of the entire year. Because your cheapest 2 programs are going to be $60 and $40. So you're already at $100. And there's only one program that's $40, and that's, there's 2, Body Beast and 22-Minute Hardcore. So if they're going to possibly do a second program, now, again, don't discount the old challenge packs. Like, I've got one of our coaches on our team. She she has worse internet than me. And so she's on a data plan. So she can't stream. So she doesn't have the same streaming option. So for her, she needs the DVDs. So, you talk to people about that. But if they can possibly stream, holy cow, do it. Other question, Carlin? Or is that pretty much?
Just pondering.
No, that's cool. Are there things that you guys know that you would like to hear about next week or on a future call? If you think about something, just let us know maybe more than 24 hours ahead of time.
Not that we won't make it work for you, because we will.
I'm just kidding.
I think we did great.
I thought so too.
I'm just
And
kidding.
Mel's not the only leader on this team. So if there's something you want to talk about and share, please. This is not my team. This is not Dawn's team. This is our team. And there are going to be times when Dawn or I can't even be on a call. We don't want the call to not happen. We want one of you guys as the leader to step up and take it. And that would be just awesome. If you guys have something to talk about in the group, go live and share. This is your team. So just something to think about. And what I just want to, and the people on this call don't necessarily, well, maybe a little. I know I need to hear it. This is what we were going to talk about, and I have a minute, so I'm going to say it real fast. When you are consistent and you show up in your business every day, you are telling the people that are watching you that you can be trusted. Okay? When you consistently fall off the wagon, when you are consistently, like when they know every 30 days, Christine's going to have had a binge eating and she's going to start over, or she's struggling in the business or whatever, you're breaking trust. So I'm not saying to not be open and honest, and I'm not saying that it's not okay to struggle, because all of those things are okay. But the more you show up, the more people know that, oh wow, this person is struggling, but Tess is still showing up. Tess has been showing up for a year. Carlin's been showing up for a year. They're going to pick you when the picking is ready. When they're ready to go, they're going to pick you. So I just want to remind you guys that. And we'll talk about that a little more, but this time of year is when a lot of coaches start confessing about their month-long binge. And a lot of people go, oh, but if you stay consistent and you do what needs to be done and you take care of yourself first, you're going to be able to take care of everybody else. And I need that message myself, especially when it comes to the business. Because I'm pretty good at working out every day and I'm pretty good at eating healthy, but I'm not good at showing up in the business. And that's why I struggle to get people that want to work the business, because I don't necessarily show that. So that's my 2 cents for the day.
I'll say, do you want me to do mine live?
Sure.
Keep this at 30.
It's 10. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Since we're here and it's family time.
Well, thank you for taking the time to change over and do the other one. But yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Yep.
We want to do what you guys want to do. That's what we want to do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Can I get smiles? I'm going to warn you this time I'm taking a picture. Thank you. You're all so pretty. Oh, Jeff wasn't in it.
Were you going to say something, Carlin?
What?
Did I interrupt you?
Oh, I was just gonna say for next week, I won't be able to be on because I have to go to work. Darn it. But can we talk a little bit about like the business page, like on Facebook, and how to get that going? Because I struggle there.
Yes.
Well, I can't say all, but I know, mine is in the pooper, but we
can screen share how to set one up, who you should be set up as. We can talk a little bit about boosting and not boosting, and shoot, Dawn and I can even tell you how many words you should have on a post so you can boost it. I mean, we can absolutely help you with that.
When Facebook ads like scream at you and say, by the way, you're not getting engagement because your ad sucks. I'm like,
And those notifications.
and apparently my niche market, the people that click on I've only boosted a couple posts, but dude, I get very interesting people that show up. Like, I won't share it out loud because it may be offensive, but I'll share that with Christine later. But I'm just like, how are these the people that I'm attracting? I don't understand.
It is what it is.
I'm like, weird. Anyway, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's a perfect. That's a fantastic.
and that's a great way to
topic.
start New Year's because you can open up your business window in 2017, and you guys can have a big page to do that and invite people to like it and join you, and you can offer tips. And so we'll talk about that. Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Carlin. We appreciate that input.
Yeah, because on Mondays we're like, what should we talk about?
Seriously, that's a good chunk of our calls trying to figure out what the crap we're going to talk about on Friday. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Carlin, Tess, and Melanie for showing up today. We love seeing your faces. Tess, you look pretty too. You look all put together. How come everybody looks put together? I don't appreciate that.
Thank you guys.
I hope you guys, go ahead, Dawn.
I was just going to say, have an awesome New Year,
Hi.
which is what Christine was about to say. So, yeah.
Happy New Year. Last fist bump of 2016.